Hey Masketeers, hope you are doing well, staying safe, and staying healthy right now. I am Christina K. If you are new here, welcome. I love Disney. Like, can you tell? And I love doing merch hauls. I feel like a lot of videos on my channel focus around Disney merchandise, which, don't get me wrong, I love Disney, I love shopping, I have a shopping problem, but I also love talking about Disney too, and I feel like right now we just kind of need to chat about what's going on. I used to implement in the beginning of my channel these 5-minute Fridays where every Friday we would talk for like 5 minutes about what's going on with Disney, the latest news of the week. We'll get back into those, but I feel like for today we're just going to talk and see how long it takes us. I had a lot of questions about how it was being there when Disney closed. Weird. So let's get into that and more. I hope you will subscribe before you leave. Leave comments below. What are your thoughts on all these things? Or if there's anything you want to talk about or see in upcoming videos, let's get into it. So I went down on March 12th, which was a Thursday. That happened to be the day that they were announcing that the park was closing. I did my shift. I work in radio, for those of you who don't know, and I did my show. It ends at 7, and then I hopped on a plane at like 8:30 at night to fly down to Walt Disney World. Now when I left, actually when I was on the air, I had the news on and the headline came that Disneyland was closing, and I was like, all right, well, you know, things on the West Coast at that time were worse, so I was like, maybe that's why. I think we'll be okay with Walt Disney World, but I had like this pit in my stomach, and I was like, we'll see. We'll just don't freak out. You're going to Walt Disney World. It's going to be great. I was about 10 minutes into my flight when they made the announcement that Walt Disney World was closing. Thing was, I was on a plane and I was flying by myself. My parents were already down there. They had been down there since that Monday. So if that was the Thursday, it was a couple of days before, and everything was fine down there. And they said actually that was like the cleanest place to be. They had all these, I'm gonna insert pictures of these like sanitizing stations. They had Purell everywhere. Everyone was like doing a really good job of washing their hands. They had extra cast members cleaning. So it really was like the most cleanly place to be. And honestly, when I was here, people were starting to panic a little bit, but no places were really shutting down. No one was really working from home at that point. If they were, maybe I wouldn't have gone, but that's hypotheticals. So I do I fly Southwest a lot, which I can't rave about enough going to Walt Disney World. And I do that free text messaging thing that they have. But I didn't check my phone. I was watching like the live TV. I was watching Big Bang Theory, was very distracted, was enjoying that. And I didn't check my phone until I put my iPad away and we were doing our our descent into Orlando. So that's really when I get so excited. I'm like, I'm almost there. And I looked at my phone and there was a bunch of messages from people like telling me that Disney was closing. People were telling me all different things. Some people said it was closing Saturday. Some people said it was closing the beginning of the day Sunday. Some people said I was gonna have like one day in the park. So I was kind of freaking out. When I got there, I found out all the details that Disney World was closing Sunday night. So I knock on wood, I really was so lucky with how that all went down because I got there late Thursday, so there was nothing to do but go to bed at that point. I had all day Friday, which was amazing, all day Saturday, which was amazing, all day Sunday, and then the park closed Sunday night, and I knew I had to be in Magic Kingdom when it closed. Now Disneyland Park closed Friday, so I saw the videos of like all the characters at the train station. I was like, I betcha they're gonna do the same at Magic Kingdom, and they did. I'm gonna insert some videos and pictures because that was just like so emotional. That's when it became real. You're walking around Friday, Saturday, and most of Sunday, and you don't feel like it's closing. I guess because I was leaving Monday too, so I was gonna cram it all in anyway. But that moment, you felt like it was really sad. That was the first time in a while I've seen a community come together and just really feel the same thing. Emotional because their outlet and their escape is closing, but understandable. No one was rioting, like, why are you closing? This is terrible. Everyone was very supportive. So they had all the characters out, and they had the president of Walt Disney World, Josh, who we actually got to chat with. And I'm not going to share the videos of that. I'll insert a picture. But it was just a very private, great conversation. He is a wonderful guy, and I told him, I'll summarize here, that I appreciated him closing while I'm devastated it's closing. I get it. When Disney does something, I feel like the rest of the world follows. So once they started doing it, I came back and I noticed everything was starting to do it. It took a couple of days for everything to really close, but I feel like, and it could be a coincidence, but I feel like Disney definitely set the standard for what everyone else is doing, and they had the well-being of everyone in mind. Now think about how many people go to Disneyland or Walt Disney World during the year, or a day. that's so many people being exposed to other people that they wouldn't normally, and all those germs. So they're just kind of doing their part to stop the spread, which I really, really do admire. Now, as of this time that I'm filming this, it is like Friday, 10 a.m. There's been no official word that I've seen of when it's going to reopen. I know that they said they were closing till March 31st at that point. Now the governor of Florida is saying April 9th would be the earliest he will allow it, and I don't see anything that Disney has responded to when they're going to reopen. So everything's still very much up in the air, which is very uneasy for me. That's like the one constant, and knowing that that's not like set in stone is worrisome. Also, I do have a trip coming up in May. I'm going May 16th, I believe it is. It's like a crazy trip too, but I understand if, you know, things don't work out with that. Try not to think about that. Quickly, I want to talk about what happened that Monday after everything closed. It was like living in a parallel universe. It was so weird. So the Disney Springs was still open, but that's the only thing that was open that needed buses. So there was very few Disney buses on the road. That was weird. The monorail, it was the last day that the monorail was running, and I was staying at the Polynesian. So we got on the monorail. Every time we had the cars to ourselves, which was weird because the days leading up to that, we were packed into the monorail, and then all of a sudden, nobody's there. So we stopped at the Grand Floridian really quick. You could literally see the chairs so much better and sit on all of them in the lobby if you wanted, test them all out. We just really ran in to like see the lobby one more time. I went into a gift shop. It was about 10 minutes, I guess. And the monorail was still there waiting because nobody was going on it. Like, weird. That's never happened before. So then we drove by Magic Kingdom, and I'm gonna insert this video here. This is so weird. This was the weirdest thing I have ever seen because there's no people and it's daylight. It's so weird. I don't think I've ever seen this in my life. So it really just felt even more real for that. There were security guards present all over. I'm sure there still are. And then we got to the Contemporary. I wanted to go to Contempo Cafe. I love that quick service place. And Chef Mickey's was still open, but there was like nobody in there. In fact, okay, guys, I love Goofy so much. He's my favorite. And he was like at the check-in desk, like he was on the phone and on the keyboard, and I'm like, I gotta take pictures of this. So I went up and took pictures and was just like laughing. And this wonderful character attendant. Now, I can't rave enough about some Disney cast members. They just go above and beyond. She saw that I was emotional. She's like, hang on one second. She came back with Pluto. So now I got Goofy and Pluto there. We're taking pictures. And she's like, hold on one more second. I was like, okay. Then she brought Minnie. Then she brought Mickey. So I got all these amazing pictures with the characters, and I didn't even have to pay for the buffet, guys. It was so weird. It was just magical moments. I've never had a picture with both Mickey and Minnie at Chef Mickey's together. Maybe you have, but I haven't. So I thought that was a moment. And then on the monorail, because there was no people, the driver of the monorail actually let us sit in that front car. And I was like going back in time for me, because I think it was like 2005 was the last time that I sat in the front of the monorail. So getting to be there again was like super emotional. It was just a lot of emotions. And then like even going home that night was like, there wasn't that many people in the lobby. My parents stayed till Wednesday, and they said at that point it was just so depressing. It was a ghost town. Everything was shutting down. There was nobody in the restaurants. And I could talk about this for a while, but I do commend Disney on the way that they operated with all of this. It was very sad, though. I hope that never happens again. I was actually in Disney when it's closed before. Hurricane Francis in 2004, maybe? It was weird. But with that, you were quarantined to your room. You had to stay in your room. And there was like, you saw this natural disaster going on outside. So you visibly saw what was happening. With this, you never really saw it. It was just like eerie. So there was that. I hope neither of those things happen again, but it's wild that I've been there twice when it's closed. Have you ever been there when it's closed? Leave a comment below. How'd you get through it? What did you experience? Yeah, okay, so I don't want to just talk about that. I do want to talk about some of the things that Disney is doing to make this time easier, like adding things on Disney Plus onward. A week from today is going to be on Disney Plus. I know Call of the Wild is out today digitally. A lot of Onward's already out digitally, by the way, but I want to wait for Disney Plus since I already paid for that. And I'm sure we're going to see a pattern of more and more stuff coming to Disney Plus, so thank you, Disney, for doing that. There's been a lot of deals online. Have you guys been getting emails from like every store? Because they're really trying to push their products that I guess they're not selling in stores right now. Shop Disney, I know They had a sale. I feel like they're gonna have another kind of sale, but I could be wrong. But I want to do like this Disney deal of the day, and today that is Hot Topic because they have up to 50% off. Most stuff is 30%, but they have a lot of stuff at 50% too, and I've had some incredible finds from them. They carry Loungefly, they carry a bunch of stuff, and they carry non-Disney stuff too. Like I got some cool Office stuff from them, Friends stuff, but Hot Topic is like my Disney deal of the day. Also, I've been trying to shop small. Okay, first of all, I have not been trying to shop while this is all going on, but I've been trying to like look towards small shops because a lot of these people are going to be out of their jobs normally, or maybe this is the only way they can get money right now, or in general. So I've just been kind of looking to that a little bit, doing some browsing, no purchasing yet. I'm trying to remember we still have the delivery guys. They still have to go out and ship their products too. So I think maybe when this is all done, I'll do like a big Etsy. We'll see. How are you keeping sane during this weird time? I'd love to hear from you. If you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I think I'm going to start my own Funko tag because I got a great response on that last one. So I've been trying to think of categories to do next week. I'm going to show some of my collections. I think I do have like 1 or 2 more hauls before like everything, the merchandise has ceased. So those will be coming soon. There's always going to be hauls with me, guys. I got problems. I would love to hear from you. Please subscribe before you leave. Follow me on Instagram. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Next week we'll keep it 5 minutes. I just had a lot to say to do. What else is new? Hope you are well. Hope you are safe. We will chat soon. I'm Christina K. Have a Disney day.